Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Oh
can hear you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just asked, how are you? You look really happy today.
Not really.
Oh, what's that?
I think it's just my normal face. Yeah, my normal gesture.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I kind of. What was that?
I just remember one thing. So last week you asked me why I canceled you the session 2 weeks ago. So after the
Uh,
session last week, I checked the email and I realized that the reason was I I I needed to go to the hospital
oh,
to renew, like to buy a new glasses because that morning 2 weeks ago I dropped my glasses into the sea, like the beach. Yeah. So that's why I need to go to the hospital in that afternoon to renew a new to buy a new
mm,
one. Yeah. So
right.
that's why I didn't come back home on time, like in advance. So that's why I email you to cancel the session.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you look into how to improve your eyesight? Because I've heard quite a few interest theory about that.
So, sorry, sure. Let me boost the volume because I cannot hear you clearly.
Hmm.
Um, okay, I think it's okay now. Yeah.
Have you looked into how to improve your eyesight?
Um, yeah. So, um, actually, in the past, I watched a video of a girl. She talked me a way to improve my eyesight by some eyes practice. Like, we need to remove our glasses and try to look the far point, like concentrate on the far point every day, maybe 15 minutes for every day. Yeah,
Hmm.
like some eyes practice like this. Yeah.
So have you been practicing those practice?
Yes, but not usually. I think it's rarely that I rarely practice these eyesight. Yeah,
Mm.
but recently I think my eyesight was terrible. So I think I get a big problem with my eye now. So I buy a lot of new thing for my eyes, thực phẩm chức năng for my eyes now. Yeah.
Mm. Well, I don't know. Fortunately, I got a very good eyesight. Um, for some reason, in my family, my dad do not have that good eyesight. My mom do not have that good eyesight. My sister don't even have that good eyesight. But based on some conversation I had with my friends, I think that one of many reasons your eye not being improved or just keep worsening over time because you keep wearing glasses all the time. It not how do I put it? Let's put it this way. It's just you it kind of you train your eye to be lazy. Does that make sense? So normally when you concentrate to look for something, I don't think that you need to practice should be good, but the best way is just to remove your glasses and put it on when it's really necessary. Do not put it all the time. So what it does is normally your eyes have some kind of muscle. It's contract and like relax. Like, it's just kind of it's similar to how you practice with your muscle. That's what I normally think that, and then the moment you put class on, it just make your eyes less practice and those muscle keep weakening and weakening over time.
Yeah, I know that actually I think I'm a person who
Hmm.
are lazy to wear glasses. So
Oh.
I remove my glasses over time. But actually I think it's just effective when I get the low diode. But
Oh.
right now my diode is
Right.
extremely high, so the doctors advise me to wear glasses all the time,
Hmm.
not try to remove these glasses. So that's
Right.
why I think right now when I remove my glasses, just when I uh, have a
Hmm.
shower, like wash dishes, or do some household chores, so I will remove my glasses. Then sometime when I check my phone, I still remove my glasses. But normally, I think I wear glasses all the time. Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Hmm. Hang on, let me just turn off the notification. It's make me feel distracting. Um, Another thing I want to ask you, do you think that you would ever have your eye operate? Like try to make your eye better by operation, surgical?
Like laser.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. Do you still think I might be thinking now, but actually, I think I won't choose that method because I uh, I both have cận thị and loạn thị, so that's why
Oh.
I think the the cost is extremely high and expensive, and I heard from yeah, I heard maybe a rumor or a lot of people tell me that like when I try to use that method, my eyes will get uh like worse, like with the rider over time, like the hallmark over time. So that's
Hmm.
why yeah, it's and and if I am a person who use internet devices over time, so I can easily get my eyes again. Yeah,
Hmm.
so that's why I think yeah, I think wearing glasses is fine for me now.
Yeah, I think my sister had the same issue with you. I don't remember the technical term. It's similar cận thị và loạn thị luôn. In
Yeah,
here, she got kind of a class make specifically for that. Like also, when she got her classes made, it have some kind of a feature. It kind of automatically shade the class when you go into the sun, and it automatically get back to normal when she do the class indoor. But the feedback I got from her is that do not try to use that type of class. It's kind of fancy, it's good for you, but it's messing with your eyesight for some reason. Yeah. I'm
yeah,
not sure what she mean, but so she not recommended. She got it done. It's quite expensive, but she rather have a pair of class to use for indoor and a separate one used for outdoor. Hmm. I don't know.
wow, yeah,
Yeah. Um. Yeah. That whole ISIS. And it's really funny. It's like for my auntie, when don't remember when she kind of reached the age of 51 or 52, her eye just go bad like that. It just go bad like that. So you have to wear class. It's called for senior. It's called senior class. Anh không biết tiếng 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 Anh là gì mà tiếng Việt thì gọi là kiến kiến những người bị kiến lão á.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really heavy. Last time I tried one of her class and I put it into my eyes, and I feel dizzy. It's really bad. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Hmm. Okay. Do you have any specific topic that you want to talk today?
Yeah, maybe yes. So
Okay.
uh, yeah, so I don't know that whether I told you a story that I was accepted to join the Asian program this summer.
Asian program? No, you haven't told me that.
Yeah. So yeah, this summer I will travel to I will travel to two countries in ASEAN, Thailand and Malaysia, to join a program. Yeah. So I think yeah. So there are three stages. So the first stages is online stage, which I will study something um, about how to develop a project and the skill and the skills that I need to do a project. Like for example, like design thinking. Do you know design thinking, teacher?
No, not really. Maybe I know, but in different term. Explain it to me.
So design thinking is a way that we try to identify we try to identify the problem, and then we use a benchmark um, method to evaluate what the what are the need of the residents wants or the customer want, and and then when we have the need, we try to create a persona, like I don't know, a persona of a customer, like we try to hình dung một chân dung khách hàng, and then we will try to build a solution that match all their need and all their requirements. Yeah, and then we test, give the feedback, receive the feedback of the resident, and then try to fix it to become the perfect model that match for all their requirements, that fits for all their requirements. Yeah.
Hmm.
This is the design thinking method. Yeah, because as an engineer, um, so maybe like engineer trying to think like many advanced technology, advanced products, but actually it doesn't match to user requirement. So that's why we use that method to try to build a product or a project that match for all their requirements. So I think it can apply for all field or all major. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. In my term, I'm thinking I'm kind of aware about it. Like I remember back in my economic classes that what they taught me. So when you develop a product, you have to identify uh, your your client first. Who are your client? What are your need? And then do you have a need product that fill in the area? And then if you couldn't find the product that fill the area, you gotta develop one. But they are not theory. This is how Steve Jobs um, actually built Apple. Right. Steve have a different theory. He's saying that, hang on, let me turn on the fan. It's getting hot here. Right. Steve theories is that your client or your customer do not know what the fuck do they want. He actually saying that. So you have to show your customer your product and they started using it.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of makes sense because like from both theories are both correct. Don't get me wrong, but because I'm been in interaction with a lot of manager, high level manager, mid level manager, and normal daily worker, and I've seen the interaction between how the manager explain the um, the thing that they wanted the dev developer to create a software or let's say some kind of product, right? And from what I can see, they do not well from the client side, they actually do not know what the fuck do they want, and the developer try to identify that and try to the developer kind of thinking they know what the client know and try to bend and develop some kind of software to make that work, but it not actually work and every single time they have some kind of an interaction. It's quite funny. It's like it makes me feel frustrated. I'm actually sitting in the meeting room and I say, "Oh, department man, nah, that never fucking work." It's just like I don't know. It's weird, but now, but if if I step back, I push the developer away, and I'm seeing some kind of how the senior manager and low level, no, not low level, middle manager. They just when I've seen two type of manager when they're in action. The one that that effective the most, he designed some kind of procedure, the way a way for thing to do in the way that he wanted it, right? And document everything kind of clearly and execute it, explain to all employee. They kind of understand it, employee understand it, whether they understand it or not. They'll just say, just do it, right? Just do it, and it worked. And another manager, I've just seen that keep collecting opinion from other people and try to like in the beginning they have the idea, let's say idea A, right? They take in opinion from other employee or from the other people. Now they kind of well idea A, and there's an idea A1, A2, A3, and now like after taking all of the opinion, now it turned into A10, and well technically it become idea B. It no longer the idea of that manager anymore. And then when they try to execute it, it's go like yeah, it's not working properly. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That somehow makes sense. But like I can see
yeah,
in that if like the manager he think of the way and he tell the employee and middle manager just do it the way that I designed it, somehow, right? Somehow it's work. In some other case, it might not work. Don't get me wrong. In some other case, it might not work. But the amount of time that I see is work, it kind of more than is not working. And I'm not sure. I believe when I was in graduate school, I do a presentation and do research about Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs actually there was some time to say, well, when he tried to kind of bring up an idea and want it to be executed, she got a lot of like um, opinion from other people. And then Steve just saying that just fucking do it. He's like, at the time, right? At the time, I was thinking, oh, that a bit harsh. But now, kind of get why did he saying that? Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it kind of I think it's really hard for me to explain it without you actually sitting in a room and without me have to tell you the whole context of the situation. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so as you mentioned before, I think sometimes it works when we don't when we don't follow to the we don't follow the user requirements. Yeah.
mm,
But sometimes I think we need to follow the user requirement. So for example, when I developed a product to filter the evolution for the resident near the landfill, so
mm,
I need to know their average monthly salary to build a product that match to their yeah their requirement, because if I don't know their average salary, I don't know uh, what kind of product that our team can invent for them. So that's why I think sometimes it's really it's not essential to follow the user need, but sometimes yeah we don't need to, yeah.
yeah.
For
And the thing is, sometimes I'm thinking also think about it this way, right? A lot of theories when I actually learn in a lot of book and in graduation, it kind of fixation categories. Um, in a specific term and definition. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I kind of get I kind of get why they doing that though. So the moment you kind of capture theories and you put into some kind of definition, it's easier for teach other people and undergraduate students to understand a concept. But in reality, is how do I say it? Nothing is definite. It's like nothing is definite. Is it always depend on the context and the perception um of the person. And I'm being asked about the question that is this fair for a senior manager to get way higher salary compared to a normal young worker that work really hard to do not have that much money also. To be honest, if they asking me, a lot of people like go against that because they want people to have some kind of a fair pay rate and a fair, how do I say, yeah, a kind of some kind of a fair salary. And in my opinion, it's never be something called fair because the experience of a person is not measurable. And for for a young person, yes, they always have some kind of a new idea, but enable for them to apply in a specific context, like with a person with 5 years of experience. How do I say that? Hmm. I think I should apply it to myself, right? So when I was so now let's say I'm 30, and then I'm thinking that when I was 35, 25, when I was 25, I'm working really hard. I have a lot of idea, but the way that I apply those ideas is not accurate because at that time I do not learn enough information, and I think that my idea is always the correct way and the absolute way, and I do not have enough experience in the past to recognize where is the loophole in my idea is. But now when I'm at 30, or let's say that I have kind of more experience, not saying that I have like I know it all, but it's kind of I'm kind of have a gut feeling of what idea would work, what idea would not work, and I'm not saying that my idea is absolute. I'm not sure whether I make any sense or not. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No, so somehow yes, somehow no. Um, yeah, sometimes I get a bit of frustrated with myself in how to explain myself clearly enough for the other person to understand. Anyway, sorry, my bad. Sorry, get back to your story.
No problem. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So what project do you think you're gonna working on? Any idea?
So actually, I have fixed project. I was announced to work my project in the future. So yeah. So let me keep continuing the
Yeah,
story.
my bad.
Yeah.
My apologies.
So this is the first stage, online stage announcement and study basic thing, and basic skills. And the second stage is to um, join the workshops. I think attend a lot of workshop in Thailand.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, in 5 or 6 days. I don't remember. definitely. Yeah, in 5 or 6 days. In the university in Thailand, uh, also design thinking again. So I don't know why they teach us design thinking a lot. I think it's the seventh time that I learned the design thinking method. So I think it's I'm extremely bored to that that methodology because like in the past I so actually my university like the session in my university don't teach about it because I think that it's outside schools, not inside, because I think we just learn theory in my university. But my university also have a lot of program for students. So when I
Mm,
joined that program, but all of the professor they teach us that design thinking skill. So and I also work the project using design thinking skills
mm,
many months, many weeks. So that's why, I don't know, but right now I'm extremely bored to learn that skills again. Yeah, yeah. So I think maybe the first day in Thailand I will study that skill again. So I think it's maybe the boring day for me, I guess.
mm,
So and yeah, I just study in Thailand. So we call that stage is exchange study. Yeah, maybe. So
mm,
So after the university exchange in Thailand, I will fly to Malaysia in 2 weeks. So there are 3 weeks in total. So I will work a project in Malaysia in 2 weeks with each different as ASEAN citizens. So it means that like there are 11 countries in ASEAN, like ASEAN, yeah, ASEAN.
mm,
So, and each country we have one candidate to join that project. So we have
mm,
11 candidates from different countries gathered in one location to
mm,
tackle the solution in Malaysia. So my project is Malaysia, and there are a lot of projects in different countries. So let me read the topic. So my topic is to strengthen sustainability and environmental education by empowering teachers as key drivers of implementation, embedding SDG related topics into routine teaching, and fostering collaboration between educators and youth volunteers across the Malaysia. No, actually, the my location. So I will work in a city in Malaysia. Yeah,
mm. Hmm. Jesus, that sounds complicated.
yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, like they mentioned the environmental education, but when we have the but when I had a meeting with the CSO, I don't know the full name. I just know the TikTok CSO. Yeah,
Right.
CSO. Uh,
What the? Hang on. CFO. COO.
it's like
Right.
yeah, yeah, the
CSO or CFO or SO?
CSO,
SO.
CSO. Yeah.
CSO,
Uh,
Chief Strategy Sustainability Security Officer. Right. So
mm,
in this case, a Chief of Strategy or maybe Sustainability. I think it's Chief of Sustainability Officer.
not really. So what I understand, CSO means a project, an organization that I will work with them. Yeah,
Oh, right. The organization you work with
yeah,
have
yeah. So
the
what? Yeah,
right, 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 right.
yeah. So
Okay, I have
when
no
I
idea.
talk to, yeah, I don't know what does it stand
Uh,
for. So when I talk to them, so they mentioned that like they only want to improve their education qualification for student in primary school and lower secondary school. So they
mm,
don't mention a lot about the environmental education side, but also they
right.
show it in the topic. Yeah, but they also
Mm,
want to, and they tell us like try to find one teacher in your country. So 11 country, 11 teacher, and then work together with 11 teacher in Malaysia. So they will be divided into 11 groups. So each group contains two teachers,
Mm.
and then they will exchange the idea. I don't know, but actually, I think it's really difficult to find a teacher who can speak English well, who can understand. Yeah, so I think it's only available for English teacher, not another teacher. Yeah, so and a lot of participants in my cohort in my project, they also mentioned that story that because it's really hard for them to find a teacher in different in subject like mathematics, literature, history, or geography. They only can find the teacher, the English teacher. So that's why I think the project is quite weird that we have to
Yeah.
find that. Yeah, and then they require to after 1 month exchange the teacher together, that we have the competition between each group. I don't know what kind of competition. Yeah, but yeah,
Mm.
I think it's I think
It's
it's not.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. So and then when we gather in Malaysia, I
Mm.
don't know what we gonna do. Yeah, I just know that I gather in Malaysia and maybe watch the students study in the university and maybe have give some feedback for teacher how to improve their teaching. But actually, I think it's not our major. It's not our major.
Yeah,
How
it's
can
not
we?
fair for them as well.
Yeah, yeah. How can we improve their teaching style or
Mm.
the education system? Yeah. So I understand that they want to combine the way of learning of teaching in different countries for Malaysia to have a better education environment. But I don't know. It's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they thought out this well. I don't think they thought about this well. Yeah, it's weird. Well, teaching student is one thing, and then yeah, as you mentioned, like even in Vietnam, you're trying to find a teacher that work in the environment who can speak fluently in English. Well, not hard. It
Yeah.
kind of non-existent because, well, yeah, in my opinion, that career cannot support your life in Vietnam unless they kind of talk about some kind of an expert in a sustainable environment. Well, you could have some people working in electric car or some sustainable environment in Vietnam. They can talk about it, but teacher, well, ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
it's hard. Hmm.
Yeah. I think it's free to pay to to
Yep,
do a project. Yeah.
agree. I agree. I totally agree with you on that. And to be honest, right, I just actually realized this. People keep talk about sustainable environment and keep the environment clean, put lead waste to the environment, use as much as material as possible before you um, discuss it. But I think somehow in Vietnam we do that pretty good because every single time I'm talking about my behavior in here, people keep saying that I'm a cheap person. So let's say something broke, I'll try to fix it. And a battery gone flat, I'll change the battery myself. Laptop battery run flat, I'll change the battery of the laptop myself. When I'm trying to eat, instead of well before when I have more time, instead of I'm buying a packet, we use like they pre-cut all the meat in or chicken. So normally, if you want drumstick only and you want chicken wings only, you kind of buy a packet they already pre-packed for you. But back in the day, I actually bought a whole chicken and then I'll butcher the chicken myself. And people just say, "You cheap ass!" Like, well, you buy the thing yourself. And they said, "No." When I was raised in Vietnam, I'm not come from a kind of a wealthy family. I have to kind of do things in the more sustainable way. Well, phải gọi là tiết kiệm á. And the more fancy word for that is sustainable, like environment friendly. Even if
Yeah.
my, how do I say, I have a kind of headphone, the shell, the case of the headphone actually nearly broken. I'm still using it. I'll just use the rubber band to rub it around to keep it close. And I'm like, in my company, if people seeing that lying around, that thing, I'll show you. Kind of funny.
Okay.
When we do that, like because I think because we grow in, let's say, in a not wealthy family, we kind of practice that just to save money and keep things as sustainable as possible. Hang on, I'll maybe get to Indian in a bit. Yeah, this is my headphone. I can't even close it. They keep opening that. I can't close it. I have to put a rubber band to keep it closed. And yeah, people saying that it's such a teen thing to do. Um, it
Yeah.
and I'm not sure. I'm not sure why, but let's say in Vietnam, if something broken, we kind of fix it before we discuss it. So in somehow we practice in the way that really environment friendly in Vietnam. And when we eat food, we basically, well, back in the old day when we do not have much money, we basically eat everything of the animal. Instead of we like eat chicken breast or drumstick. Back in the day, we basically eat everything, and now we have more money. We kind of picky in what we want to eat. So in somehow getting more money, earn more money, and not appreciate the stuff around you, make you use stuff in a less sustainable way. I'm not sure where that makes sense or not. Is it? Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
when I eat rice, I cook just enough for me to eat, and then there's some leftover. I try to finish it off. I'm
Yeah.
not kind of like throw food away. It's not my habit. It's a bad habit, and we kind of been teaching that way when we was young. Well, not sure the majority of people, but that how I was being taught. No, you not waste food. So somehow we kind of have that kind of sustainability as mindset when we was young. So it kind of funny. It kind of funny to me if thinking about it, and keep thinking about people in here. Well, they keep talking about environment, safe environment and stuff like that. They just throw stuff away when it's just slightly damages and buy new stuff all the time. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It's just weird. Ah, yeah, I don't know. That just my observation. That's just my observation only.
Understand.
Mm.
Yeah.
Isn't this fascinating? What do you think?
Yeah. So actually, I don't know whether it comes true, it can work or not. Actually, I just noticed that I can travel to a new country and try to get exposed with a lot of new people. Yeah,
Mm.
and so I think it's kind of
Yep.
yeah interesting. So actually, I think it's also helped me to try to be closer into international environment because I have to work with a lot of people in New Zealand. So I think it might help me in the future because my
Yeah.
purpose in the future is also work at some international company. Yeah.
Mm. How do you actually working like in a group like that? To be honest, I pre-
Um,
oh yeah, last time you kind of have you're not working in a group. Last time you went to overseas to attend some session and people talking about sustainability, but not working in a group. But now you work in a group. You actually
yeah,
work in a group, so it's not happening yet. Will happen in the future. Okay.
Actually, I used to work in an international group in my first year of my
Mm,
university. So I worked with a Singapore student from
mm,
Singapore Technic University College. I don't know. Yeah. So, but actually, that time I think it didn't work
well,
well because I didn't understand what they were saying and I cannot express my feelings and thoughts because it's my first year. So at the time, my English was extremely terrible. So that's why I think I didn't study a lot of things from that activity a lot because my
mm,
lack of communication. But now I think, yeah, I can speak more in English and I can understand them, yeah,
mm.
fully. So I think it's my it's my work now. Yeah, I try to utilize this opportunity. Yeah.
It might work this time. I'm just thinking. So basically, you do not understand anything in the first time when you do it.
Yeah, or just a little bit, or just a little bit. Yeah,
Uh,
but that's yeah.
yeah, it's weird. Okay, I'm just thinking of more scenario where I can ask you more questions. So at that time, when you work with that Singaporean, was you at Singapore or you in Vietnam? Will you do the study in Vietnam or Singapore?
Yeah, yeah, in Vietnam. Yeah,
Hmm.
in Vietnam. So they are a group with 10 members, five Vietnamese students and five Singapore students. So we work together to solve a problem using design thinking method.
Right. Oh Jesus. Ooh. Do you remember or vaguely remember what was the problem that you're trying to solve?
Yeah, so my problem was air pollution in Da Nang Marble Village. So when we,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, I think I have worked with a lot of projects related to air pollution or yeah, something like that.
Mm,
So when we come there, so the environment was covered by white color. So the white color comes from dust. Uh,
mm,
yeah, because when they mài đá and so bụi bay tố tung. Yeah. So yeah,
mm.
the color of the trees was green. It transformed into white color, so I cannot see any green in the tree. Yeah.
Right.
So
I thought
it's
I no go
yeah.
ahead. I thought that project is when you work with your friends at university, not with the Singaporean, because I believe you develop some kind of a device in air
So
polluter.
yeah, so it is a second project. So in my second project, I only worked with my university
Mm,
teammates. Yeah, but the first project I worked with both Vietnamese and it's in Singapore.
mm,
Singapore. Yeah.
mm. When you go in Thailand, I've been in Thailand quite a few times. Try some street food in there. It tastes pretty good though.
So, sorry.
When
Street
when
food. Street food. Yeah.
yeah, what do I say? Maybe go to Chinatown. I'm not sure where is the location you're gonna be at, but trying to be in Chinatown. In Chinatown, they sell a lot of street food. That is the most easiest play to find. It's not that. I'm using Australian dollars. So I'm not sure. My experience could be a bit different from you. Yeah, the food in there is some maybe in some way or another it's a bit maybe a bit lower than the cost of food in Vietnam. And this is one of my experience when I'm shopping in Thailand is that normally the price is kind of a similar across the board. So if they list a shirt about let's say 100 baht at this one store and you work about like in the next 20 or 15 store, that shirt will have like a fixed price of 100 baht. And you try to negotiate with the shop owner to lower it a bit, but But that what I found really interesting. But let's say if in Vietnam, the price it varies a lot between each shop. So one
Yeah,
shop
yeah,
will maybe like 80,000, another shop will be 100,000, another shop will be 150,000. It vary a lot. So,
yeah.
hmm,
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So I went to Chinatown one time
hmm.
in Singapore. Yeah. So it's quite fancy to me. Yeah. So I think I will try to.
Oh, Singapore, everything is fancy, buddy.
Yeah. So actually, I will be in Bangkok. I don't know where it have Chinatown in Bangkok or not.
Yeah. Well, when I don't know when we talk about Thailand in Australia, right? When we say Bangkok, we always say Bangkok, Bangkok. And now I don't even know how to pronounce correctly the name Bangkok. It's weird. I don't
Bangkok.
know. It's I
Yeah.
don't know. The way that we pronounce it just keep me cracking up. Yeah. It have a different meaning. So I think last time we went there, I went there with my family. It was Pattaya or something. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe have a look with it in the location when you stay, looking for Michelin restaurant, not actually restaurant, but there's some good Michelin restaurant, but kind of reasonable price. It tastes pretty good. Last time I went there with my family, I try anh nói tiếng Việt tại cái này anh không biết, tại nó đồ tiếng Việt nó giống như cái bánh nó nhìn nó giống như là bánh canh vậy á, nhưng mà cắt cái miếng noodle ra thay vì cái noodle nó thẳng á, nó kiểu nó xoắn thẳng nè, ăn ngon lắm.
Yeah.
Mà ăn cực kỳ đơn giản luôn, kiểu ăn nó ngon lắm, nó thanh lắm, cái vị nước nó thanh lắm. Anh quên mất là cái tiệm nó tên gì rồi. Kiểu đi kiểu em đi với last time when I went there with my family, we have four person every shop. We should buy one, let's say noodle or cake or fish cake, whatever. We should buy one serve and we share with all four. It's like pretty good. Have a really good night. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was so my program is a fully funded program, so they cover all the fee, and I also check the agenda that I will have 1 day free. They call them, yeah, tour day. I don't know what terms. Yeah, but I will travel in that day. Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm thinking what else. By yeah, apart from food, clothes. I think you better buy clothes in Vietnam, to be honest. Yeah, I couldn't think anything more apart from food because when I went there with my family, the majority thing is like food. That's it. Hmm. Um. Okay. What happening um with your university? So I believe you're at your final year already. When are you gonna graduate?
Uh, more than 2 years.
Oh, so you need to study more than 2 years.
Yeah, more than 2 years. So I'm a third year student.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, still a long way. I'm not sure why, but like in Australia, the most common time frame in Australia university for bachelor is about like 4 years. Some of it is like 3 years. Yeah, I think some of it is 3 years. Especially when you're learning engineering, you're gonna learn for like 4 years. But other major, basically 3 years, unless you studying an honor degree. Yeah, five
Yeah.
year, 5 year that. Ooh.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
So it's okay. It's acceptable. I think it's acceptable for me. I don't know, but so. except engineering. So all major only study from 3 years to 4 years in Vietnam. Yeah, especially economics, they only study 3 or 3.5 years.
Mm,
But because they're not told of technology, so I have to
yeah.
study 5 years. And actually, in my final year, we study a lot of subject of master degree. So that's why we can
Ah,
utilize a lot when we graduate. Yeah, they told me that, but I don't know. Yeah.
right. So during your like in the past 3 years, do you think there is some subject that you like the most and some subject that you don't like? You don't. Well, in other words, you think that not relevant for you to study. Of
Uh,
course, it gonna be chủ nghĩa Hồ Chí Minh, các Mác Lênin, whatever. I'll say that so you don't have to say that.
yeah. Actually, I think I enjoy my life. I enjoy my life. So, uh, when I study tư tưởng Hồ Chí Minh or chủ nghĩa xã hội, it's really cool for me.
Really? What's
Yeah,
about it? What's about it? Make it cool for you?
yeah. I
I'm
don't, I,
curious. You are the one of the first person that told that to me.
I don't know, but you know that tư tưởng Hồ Chí Minh. So I study tư tưởng Hồ Chí Minh this semester, and this is a subject I think that I so normally I will skip 1 or 2 classes in one
Mhm.
semester. It normally, but for the Ho Chi Minh, I haven't skipped any class, and I pay 100% attention to all session, to all lessons.
Mm,
So that is the yeah
right.
trường hợp đặc biệt that I concentrate on the class like that because the strict of the teacher and
Oh.
and the teacher he delivered the knowledge like really really cool. But I don't know, but like when I study his class it's like we he's telling the story for us, we don't study. Yeah, so that's why I really enjoy this that lesson.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm quite a person kiểu flexible person, so I like a lot of things. So
Mm.
for if I don't study my major subjects, so I'm quite more interesting in my major subject. So for my major subject, I don't like it. I study because I have to study. And another subject, we call it the general subject, môn đại cương. I really enjoy the môn đại like đại cương subject. Yeah. So yeah, but actually, yeah, sometime, yeah, my major subject, no, yeah, so I think the general subject I I get high score than my major subject.
What is the general subject, by the way?
General subject is giả
What
tích
are
một, giả tích một,
yeah,
vật lý physics, kinh tế chính trị, môi môi trường, uh, oh, a lot, yeah, chủ nghĩa xã hội Mác Lênin, kinh tế quản lý doanh nghiệp. So a lot of subjects. Yeah. So lịch sử đảng maybe. Yeah. So we call them general subjects. It's not major subject because all of their major have to study that. Yeah. Have to study the
right.
subjects.
Kinh tế chính trị. What's that about?
I don't know. I just know this is the kinh tế because so I got three subjects with the C plus scores in my
Right.
university. So two of them was my major subject, and the other and the last one is kinh chính trị.
So you basically don't remember anything. That's what you're trying to say in kinh tế chính trị.
Yeah, so actually, I think it's not difficult like that. It's just we learn the tư bản. We learn tư bản so giá trị thặng dư. I don't know the terms in English. Giá trị thặng dư. So
That's
and
just
they
it.
explain their the cơ chế, the operation of society. Why do we need to use money? What does money come from? And also you will use some formula to calculate the giá trị thặng dư or a lot of things. Yeah. So I think we call them the basic knowledge for economic. I think so. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Interesting. So what do you like about tư tưởng Hồ Chí Minh?
Yeah,
I haven't learned it. I haven't learned it, so I don't know. I'm just curious.
yeah, so tư tưởng Hồ Chí Minh. We learn the story of Ho Chi Minh. So actually, we learn how Ho Chi Minh utilized the knowledge and how he utilized the method of các map of learning, and then he combined with his innovation, he tried to apply it for Vietnam. So
Mm,
like that, yeah. So we learn how to why do we win the battle by applying the tư tưởng Hồ Chí Minh, and how can we utilize the tư tưởng Hồ Chí Minh for the future? How do Ho Chi
right,
Minh think about it? Yeah, and the story of Ho Chi Minh. Yeah, it's quite okay. It's interesting.
right. I think I should stop there because I have kind of a similar, not similar conversation, but a kind of, how do I say it? Nah, I'd rather leave it it is. When the opportunity comes up, I'll maybe talk about it because in my personal opinion, when we say that we won the battle against the American, it's more actually we win the battle against nah, I shouldn't say it. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Do you want to hear about it? Do you want to hear my theory?
Yeah, keep going.
Right. Okay. So I'm not sure whether you are aware about the tactics that Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran currently use against the the Israel and the American. So what they did, or what they currently do is they basically have a lot of the facility or military facility underneath of civilian um, building or property. And when you put military facility beneath, let's say, hospital, childcare center, school zone, when Israel they kind of strike, or the US they strike those compound, they got a lot of um, flat back, like how do I say it? Fight back from the political background, like you kill the civilian and stuff like that. And back in the day, it kind of have some similar scenario when the US uh, have a Vietnam War. Normally we call it Vietnam War. Vietnam have a similar war in Vietnam, right? And they in when the US try to fight with the um, North Vietnamese, we say we have a North Vietnamese and the South Vietnamese. When they try to fight the North Vietnamese, they have to abide by the rule. For some reason, they have to follow the rule, and then they have to fly in a kind of a specific route. Let's say you got a B-52, they doing the carpet bomb in the North Vietnam, right? They can't operate their assets in the way that being designed. It have a lot of restriction. Like it's similar to you go into a fight and you have two of your hand being tied behind your back, and it's really hard for you to do it. And so first of the thing, I'll just say I'm not saying that our government do that. Like they put a lot of military underneath of civilian um, property to seal the military assets. But the second thing is, if you recall how the US won World War II or make the Japan actually surrender. Back in the days, Japan do not um, have the attitude to surrender to the Allied force. So the US actually have to use two nuclear bomb to make them surrender. So, well, in the way that I think that is the North Vietnamese won against the South Vietnamese. That is a fact. I'm not denying it. But also the US have to withdraw from the Vietnam because it's not actually beneficial for them to stay in there. Well, in some case, and it got a lot of political fight back within the country. So that how you got the North Vietnamese won again the South Vietnamese. Plus, at the time, you got because the majority supporter of the North Vietnamese with the US, the majority supporter of the South Vietnamese, you have basically China and Russia. So when the US withdraw, well, from the North Vietnamese, from the South Vietnamese, basically, they got no backup anymore, and then you should have more backup from the other the country like China and Russia. Then basically they should collapse. It's kind of really well in a lot of um, note and memo from a lot of general. They saying that they really surprised on how the South Vietnamese hold the ground after the withdrawal of the US. They withdraw for like more than 20 days, I believe. I don't remember, but it's quite a long time. Just similar to, but at that time, the South Vietnamese do not have a lot of assets. Asset here you got tank, ammunition, and etc. etc. like that. Similar to how you see the Iraq, the withdrawal from of the US from the Iraq. Like when they actually withdraw from from Iraq, they leave the US leave a lot of asset that you have a lot of tank, you got Humvee, you got Black Hole, you just they just got a lot of military assets, but the whole government surrender in like basically 3 days. That really that's really bad. So I don't know. Is
Yeah.
yeah, that one I think. And I'm not
Yeah.
sure because the other thing is the winner write the history. So I'm not trying to say bad about our government. So every other government have a good point and bad point. But I don't think we have the full picture, the correct picture, or the correct history being taught by the government. That is just my that is just from my opinion only, and I have a lot of doubt. So, but in the end, well, the South Vietnamese won again. The North, no, the North Vietnamese won again the South Vietnamese. So that what matter. So yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, it's like
only
I was
independent.
just sometimes like you have a good winning, but winning at a really heavy cost.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
and some cost that you not really even. I'm telling you, even like in a lot of teacher when I was in high school, a lot of teacher they used to be with the old government. They kind of they really hate our government right now. So.